Hello, welcome to a tutorial video. I'm going to do a tutorial on the chenille stitch rope here that I made to go with the Gala set, Spring Gala. We're going to learn that stitch. We're going to make this rope today. Okay, and I'm making it to put through, used for the chain for this Spring Gala pendant. It is exactly like the Spring Gala earrings here, except when you put on these, you'll have to add, to get to the center, you'll have to add 2 more beads, and you have to add 1 more bead on this side, and that's it. That's the only difference. Okay, I would do another completely new tutorial, except for the fact that this is the only bluestone pear-shaped stone that I have in this size period. So I certainly don't want to cut it apart and do the tutorial all over, simply because these are exactly the same, and I did a tutorial on those. Alright, so let's get a materials list. Okay, we're going to need 2 different colors of 11O seed beads. I'm using metallic dark bronze and seafoam green, metallic galvanized seafoam green. I'm using the end caps. That you glue these down in. Isn't that cool? Those are so convenient. And it's got a lobster claw attached and an extender. You need some E6000 to glue your ends in. Gonna need I'm using a size 10 beading needle and about a wingspan of fire line. From tip of finger, you hold your hand out to both sides of your chest, and the string that reaches between each hand, the length. Alright, so I've got a stop bead on, and I left about just enough to sew in, about 6 inches, 7 inches of tail. Alright, so get everything together, come back and we'll get started. Okay, we'll go ahead and pick up our what do we call this? Number 1 color A, or color B. Color A is going to be the color you start out with, that you could do the ends in, and they're the little dots in between your units. They're like the accent color. And color B is the background or main color. Alright, so let's pick up 4 of the color A. Alright, we're going to bring those down to the stop bead. And then we're going to come down through the first couple of beads. And pull. Now we're doing ladder stitch at the moment. Now we've got 2 beads stacked right beside each other on each row. We're going to come back up through that set of 2 farthest from the stop bead. Okay. Then we're going to pick up 2 more. Coming off the top of those 2 beads, we're going to needle through the bottom. And down through the 2 we just added. We will be coming back and forth through these again, so we're not going to worry about going back and reinforcing. So now we have 3 rows of 2. Pick up 2 more seed beads. Coming out the bottom, now we're going to needle through the top. And back through the 2 that we just added. That's 4 rows. Pick up 2 seed beads. Coming out the top, we're going to needle through the bottom. Always the opposite side. That the thread's coming out of. To make a loop. It's kind of, kind of tricky to hold on to when it's small. Nails or no nails. And go back down through the 2 we just added. Actually, I think fingernails help me hold on better because they're smaller at the tip than my fingers. Alright, and then we have 2 more. It's 5 rows. This will be the 6th. Coming out the bottom, let's needle through the top. And go back up through those 2 we just added. Okay. So now we have 6 rows of 2 seed beads, and it's a ladder. We just ladder stitched. Okay. Now we want to tie. We want to make these into a circle. So what we need to do is see our threads coming out. Oops. Our thread's coming out the top of that last top bead. So we just want to come around and go through those 2 seed beads from top to bottom. Like that. We won't pull them together yet. We'll leave our thread like that. See how the thread's making a U. Alright, now what we're going to do is come over and go through the 2 on the right. We're coming out the bottom. We're going to go from the bottom up through the top. Pull. And there's our thread on the bottom. See, we're making a circle. And when you pull, that'll pull those 2 sides together. We're coming out the top on the right side here. We're going to connect this better. We're going to go back down through the left side. If I can get past that stop bead. We're going to go down through that left side. And really complete that. Alright, so now we have this. We're basically going to be looking at it top down from now on. That's the easiest way I've found to do this. We're looking at that. Alright, we're going to pick up our color B seed bead. We're going to pick up 2 color Bs. And we're going to come down the next 2 seed beads. Gosh, this tail thread gets in my way, it bugs me. But it also is a good way to hold on when we're doing this. So we're adding 2 seed beads. And pull. You pull this tail thread stop bead down. just a hair. Okay, and see, that's what they're going to look like. Sitting right there on top. Okay, we're coming out the bottom of these two. We're just going to jump into the next row and go from bottom to top. Come out the top and get ready to put on 2 more seed beads. This quits being so awkward before long. Then we pick up 2 more color B, and coming out of that first row next to the 2 we just added, we're coming out of here, we're going to jump down into here after we picked up the 2 beads. And lay those right there, right along. We're coming out the bottom here, we're just going to jump up to the next row with our needle. Our needle through those 2 beads. There we go. And pick up 2 seed beads. And then we're going to go coming out of that first row. I'm going to jump down into that next row. Right like that. Alright, now we've got we've done with that row. We're coming out the bottom. We're going to come up to the top and that color B seed bead. We're stepping up. Okay. We're coming out that first color B seed bead. We're going to pick up 1 color A, just 1, and we're going to come down through the next brown seed bead, and we're going to lay that seed bead right in between those 2 color B's. See that? Then we're going to come up through that next color B. We're just stepping up. We're going to pick up 1 color A and go down through the very next color B and add it there. Now we got to step up so we can put our other one in between, our other color A in between. We're going to have 3 sets of 2 seed beads. Pick up 1, come up out of the color B. We're going to go down through that last color B and lay that seed bead right in between. Then what we're going to do is turn our piece. We need to step up again. Trying to get it so you guys can see it. Coming out of this brown or this color B, I'm going to jump up into the next color B and the 1 color A. Right like that. Okay, now we're looking down, we're working out of these 3 green seed beads and these 3 color A seed beads. So we're going to pick up 2 color B. Remember this whole time now, we're going to be working with 2 color B's and only 1 color A. So we're coming out of color A, we're just going to jump right over into the next color A. Like that, and lay them 2 seed beads in between. Pick up 2 color B, coming out of color A, jump into the next color A. It's like a pyramid shape. That's what it looks like to me. And pick up 2 more, and coming out of that color A, we will turn our piece so it's easier. I'll come into this color A and jump up or step up into that first color B seed bead. Alright, so get there. Alright, so now let's look down on it like this. See how we've got sets of 2 with a color A, set of 2 color A, set of 2 color A. So we have 3 sets of color B and 3 color A's. We're coming up out of that first color B bead here on one of the sides. It's like got 3 sides. Alright, we're going to pick up 1 color A, and we're going to come down through that next color B. Don't get the A, just the B. Okay, we're going to lay that in there in between those 2 color B's, and then we're going to jump over this. We're not even going to bother this color A bead, and we're going to go up through the next color B. Alright, we're going to pick up a color A, and we'll go down in through the next color B. Make sure your thread's not caught. If it's not laying right, something's wrong. What happened here? Oh, nothing. It just got twisted. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to go to turn my piece. We're going to skip over this. Don't even pay attention to the color A's when we're working out of the color B's. Jump right up into that next color B. There's a reason for that. That's what draws this into the right shape, is skipping over the color A bead. So we're coming out of the color B, we're going to pick up a color A, and we're going to jump down into the next color B. Right, so we got all 3. We got all 3 sets of color B's with a color A in between them. Okay, so now we have to get ready for the next row. So we need to go through that next color B and color A. I'll have to do it one at a time. We went through that color B, and then step up into that color A. And this is all this rope chain is these 2 simple steps throughout until the end, and then we have to do another ladder stitch. But So now we've got the 3 color A. We just have to fill it in with 2 at a time, 2 color Bs coming out of here. Go through the next color A. No stepping up on this row at all until the end. Pick up 2 color B, go through the next color A, pick up 2 color B, and go through the last color A and step up through that very next color B. So now we're back to working out of the sets of 2, which is our color B. And all we have to do here is just put, they're both so easy, but go down through this first color B, but you can even come up through at the same time, skipping that color A. You could come up through that at the same time, but I won't do, put that on you until you learn. And then, so we went down through that color B, back up through the next color B. Pick up a color A. Come down through that next color B. Alright, get my tail thread out. Then we have to come up through that very next color B by skipping over that one color A in the center. Now we've got these last 2 color Bs, so we have to put this 111 color A in between them. Okay, and then we're going to come up through this very next color B and jump up into the color A. Get ready for our next row. Alright, you're starting to see a pattern. Let's do a couple more rounds. So now we're working out these 3 top. We're always working out the top beads here. Top color A beads. We're going to put 2 color B in between. Alright. Just go through. This is a really simple row. Pick up 2, go through the next color A, pick up 2, go through the last color A in that row, and up through the first, just step up into that first color B. Okay. So now we've got the 3 sets of 2 color B beads. We have to put the A in between each and every pair coming out of this color B. We're going to step into the next color B. And I'm going to go up through the very next color B. Instead of waiting till the next step, you can always do that. It makes it a lot faster. Pick up a color A, come down through that next color B, and up through the next color B. Pick up a color A, come down through get my bead out of the way. Come down through that next color B. Okay. And where'd it go? Oh, I didn't even, did I pick up one? Thought I did. Let's see. Yeah, where'd it go? Alright, I don't know. I'm going to come down through that next color B. Just kind of went down in between. And up through that next color B. And step up into the color A. Alright. And then, pick up 2, color B, go through the first color A, pick up 2, color B, go through the next A bead. Pick up 2, color B, go through that very last A, and up through, step up and get ready for your next row, which will be putting 1 in between the sets of 2. 1 color A in between the sets of 2 color Bs. Alright, so starting to get that Chenille pattern going, and I think the green and bronze will look really good with this. I think that's what it needed. I really wanted the off-white, but I didn't have any off-white seed beads left, so I think the pale green will look good. So continue. If you have to rewind, go ahead and go back and watch. But, it's really simple. So, measure whatever size you want it. Make sure you take out your tape measure, measure your length, take off about, let's say an inch or so, inch and a quarter for your clasp, if you're using this kind of clasp. Alright, so after you're done with your length, come back and we'll end it, and we'll put our ends on. I'm about to run out of thread, so I'm going to sew this existing thread into my project like so. I'm just going to go down, following my thread path. I'm going to go around and make some circles, so I'll be reversing directions. Okay, now I'm going to jump into this bronze bead. I'm passing that green bead, just like we did. I'll go through this green one. I'll go through the bronze. Now we'll reverse directions and come back through this bronze, through the green, through the bronze, reverse directions, go back through this, or not back through, but go through this bronze right below the bronze we're coming out of. If I can get through it. Go through that green. Go through that bronze. Turn around and come back through the bronze right beside of it. The green, the bronze, turn around, go back through that bronze. The green, and the bronze, and that should be nice and secure. Clip my thread, thread my needle with some more thread, and I'll be right back and we'll start it off. Okay, personally myself, I put a couple of wingspans of Fireline on because I'm not going to be on camera for the most part, just only to show you how to sew it in, and so I don't have to keep doing this over and over. So I'm going to enter through one of the green beads along the side, just a couple rows down. Okay, and I'm going to get through that bronze bead, and let's see if I can get the green one as well. No, so I'm going to go through the bronze and the green, the bronze. I hope this isn't the unit we worked in to begin with. I don't think so. So the bronze. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to turn around and come back down through that bronze right beside of it. See, we're coming out this one and going back down through this one. And then turn up, turn around and go back through the one right beside of it. That's the one we just came out of. And then go back through the green. The bronze. Oops. Just a minute. And we'll turn around, come back down through that bronze. I'll turn around, come back through that bronze beside it we just came out of. pull, and that's not coming out. So we'll go through the green. We're going to work our way around to the row that we need. We want to be coming out of. We want to be coming out of one of the top green beads. That's where we left. That's the next row to be completed. So work our way back there. Top row. And now I'm ready. Get that tail thread out of the way. I'm ready to begin adding my 2 color B beads and go through the next color A. Two color B and come through the next color A. Two color B, come through that last color A. And up through that first color B, and then the next row we'll just go down and fill those 2 beads with the 2 B beads with the color A in between. Pick up a color A, go down through that next color B, and jump over and go up through that very next color B. Pick up a color A, go down through that color B, that next color B, it's right beside of it, sitting right there beside, and then we'll come over and come up through that next color A, or color B, excuse me, and pick up a color A and down through that color B, and up through the color B, and then we'll jump up to needle through the color A, and that's stepping up to the next row. And now we're ready to start with our groups of 2 color Bs. Okay, so continue till you've made your length. Look how pretty that's looking. It's got the pattern, the chenille pattern. Love that green and bronze together. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. All right, let's finish this. So we've come to where we end up to where we have 2 or 3 sets of 2 of the color B, and so come up through that first one, and we'll pick up 2 of our color A, the same color we started with on the other side. We're going to end with, and coming out of that one color B, we'll go down through the next, and we'll come up through that next color B, pick up 2 color A, come down through that next color B, and then step up into the next color B, pick up 2 color A, and needle down through the next color B, okay, Okay, make sure those are sitting correctly. Alright, so that's how they're sitting. That's what we have. Okay. Now we'll step up into this next color B and the color A on top of it, and that's stepping up. We'll stepping up, and we're going to do one more row. Pick up 2 color A beads, come down through that one color A on the right of where you're coming out. Make sure they're set right. Step up into the next. See, we got a gap here. We're going to close that gap. Stepping up every time. See, it just pulls that in a little closer. Pick up 2 color A, come down. The next color A, situate your beads, and then step up into that next color A, and that's going to pull them a little tighter. Pick up 2 color A, come down into the very next bead, which is a color A. I'm going to fix them beads. There we go. And then we are bring our thread straight over. You'll see where you need to step up through. So we come up through the one and the one above it. 2 beads. Alright. Now we will sew these together. Okay, we're coming up out of one side. We're going to go down through on the right and back up on the left. Up there 2. If I can get it, there we go. And see how that pulled those together. And we'll go down on the left. We'll go back up on the left. And then back down on the right. And we'll work our way back around. So we'll go back up on the left and down the next row on the left. And up the next row on the left, and we need to sew those together. Alright, so let's see, where am I coming out? And then I'll come up on the right. You know, you just want them all to be tied tightly or sewn tightly together. So it's really in no specific order that you have to go. It's just making sure that they all get sewn to one another. And then after you do this, I want you to bring your thread back down maybe. This may be enough, actually. To sew off, just going back and forth through this end. As a matter of fact. Because we're doing the same thing here that we would be doing if we went back down in the body of the piece and did this. We're reversing directions in circles. So yeah, I think this is good enough. And in one moment, as soon as I get this going where I want it to go, there we go. It's that time of the evening where my cats love to get frisky and hunt. Go outside and hunt in the weeds. And the one that won't go outside, she is crazy inside. So we'll snip off that thread. And okay, so we got some glue, and I'm gonna put it all in. Ooh, I got a big glob. Let's see if I can do it without making a mess. There's one side. Oops. I should have took that out. Let's see. Okay, what I did was, you saw I coated the inside of my bead caps with E6000 and then shoved the ends down in there. Oh, wait a minute. Don't forget to put, okay, let me put it back in. I just added some more glue. We all make goofy mistakes when we're beading. It's a good thing, we gotta catch them as soon as we can. Alright, now there is our gorgeous pendant and rope chain.